Welcome everybody to the DC New 52 review. I want to thank you for tuning into another episode. I am your host as always, Paulie DC, and let's get into another one of these things. Today I will review Green Lantern New Guardians Vol.1. It was titled The Ring Bearer, and it was written by Tony Bedard with art by Tyler Kirkham and BATT. This book contained the first 7 issues, and they were released between November 2011 to May of 2012. This was the first and only title of its name since, with all the main characters being members from the emotional electromagnetic spectrum, except for Black. Whoa, take it easy, buddy, you trying to end up on the list? We've got Red Lantern Bleeze, created by Jeff Johns and Shane Davis in December 2008 for Final Crisis Rage of the Red Lanterns #1. Her time would be divided since she also starred in the Red Lantern series, which failed to line up 100% with this one at all times. Next up, there's Yellow Lantern Arquilo, also created by Jeff Johns, along with Ivan Reyes and Ethan Van Sciver in Green Lantern #10, May 2006. He can't speak normally here since his tongue was ripped out by longtime DC villain Mongol in the Emerald Eclipse story. Then we got Blue Lantern leader Saint Walker, or Brody. Yo, Brody. Sorry. His first appearance was in Green Lantern #25 in January 2008 by Jeff Johns. Yeah, he pretty much conceived all the Lantern groups and Ethan Van Sciver. Honestly, the best thing the Blues can do is juice up Green Lantern rings past their normal capabilities, and they need the Greens to unlock constructs for them. But they can shut down Red Lantern rings. For the Orange Lantern of Avarice, we get Glomulus, who isn't even truly alive, which is explained when his boss, Larfleeze, is seen, and he was conjured up by, you guessed it, Jeff Johns plus Philip Tan in April 2009's Green Lantern #39. The last character Mr. Johns contributed is Monk, showing up first in Green Lantern #25, 2008. He's the #2 in the mysterious Indigo tribe. Not much to him early on here except a 3-letter word, and he can use other corpses' powers, plus the Indigos can teleport. The Violet Lantern, or Yira Sinril, goes back to Green Lantern #83 from February 1997, created by Ron Mars. She was originally a full-on villain from the planet Xanshi, which we'll be hearing lots of going forward, and after becoming a Star Sapphire, struck up a relationship with Green Lantern John Stewart. Finally, our star is Kyle Rayner, who at the time at this release was the newest Green Lantern. Yeah, I just suddenly felt pretty old here. He's my favorite Green Lantern, hands down, hitting the scene in Green Lantern #48, January 1994 by Ron Mars and Daryl Banks. There are lots of full origin videos out there on him, but I am so glad he was popular in the New 52, and his origins would be retold throughout, so let's find out what that was all about. Issue #1 begins the story around a year in the past with young cartoonist Kyle Rayner inside a New York bar with friends and possible love interest Tina, right before receiving a Green Lantern ring from Ganthet, aka the coolest guardian of the universe, who chose him when the Green Lantern Corps was in a time of serious plight, and one which longtime Hal Jordan fans wish they could forget forever. Kyle showcases immediate potential by flying around and not crashing right away, plus he uses constructs right off the bat. Yeah, okay, a bit rushed, but hey, talk to the people that thought 5 years was enough unseen setup time. Jumping to present time, rings of all color begin to leave their owners. The Yellow Lantern was terrorizing some cooned aliens who never look the same in any of the varying series they appear in, and they do some gutting of their own next. The Red Lantern is seen spewing his bile breath, but since they need the rings to literally survive, he expires on the spot. The Star Sapphire is lucky, losing her ring, but while Fatality is in the area and around to support her, so now she wants answers. Kyle is in Times Square saving people from a construction accident and being told by a kid that his costume is lame compared to Hal's. Hey, they look almost the exact same, kiddo. Suddenly, though, Kyle is met with all the corpse's rings with no explanation, and then, next thing he knows, Kilo, Bleeze, Monk, and Fatality are racing in to get them back. Issue number 2 has Kyle not looking to be in the best position, facing down the 4 angry ring bearers. Bleeze attacks first, of course, spewing some violent vomit that is rerouted to the sky and just disappears, I guess. Side note, Bleeze is pale white here, while starting off light blue in the Red Lantern series, transitioning color in issue number 6, so just putting that out there. Oh, and her eyes go stark white here while going pure orange in the Red Lanterns, and then later on they're black with orange pupils. Okay, I'm done. Kilo snags Kyle, attempting to get away, gives him a good slammin', but then walks right into a trap and an awful joke by Raynor. Fatality jumps in next, encasing Bleeze and Kyle in Violet Crystal, sort of a Star Sapphire special ability, all while Monk poorly tries to sneak up on her. Kyle's ring then gets a sudden power boost thanks to Saint Walker arriving, so he then blasts himself free, and the two friends take off to Green Lantern Corps headquarters Oa, with Saint Walker mentioning Ganthet and fellow Guardian Saeed created the Blue Lantern Corps. The other main players chase after them, and when arrived, Kyle speaks with Secretary Green Lantern Slack, and is shocked to see Ganthet brain drained, which happened in Green Lantern Vol.1. Go check out my vid on it. The other Guardians of the Universe are very keen on obtaining all the rings that have been following Raynor, but instead they pop onto his fingers, giving us the first look at his ultimate White Lantern form. I feel like if I was a Dragon Ball fan, I'd be making a big reference to that right now. Issue number 3 starts with the Guardians of the Universe stunned at Kyle's new look, and he flexes the new power, casting them aside while Slack shouts for him to stop. But the Guardians know he can't keep things up for long, and after a short time, the rings minus green shut down and then disintegrate. The quartet of other Lantern members teleport in thanks to Monk, so Kilo can sort of question Saint Walker, and then they all head for Oa's surface, while Kyle is attempted to be stripped of his Green Lantern status by the Guardians, but when he tries to fight back, Slack sucker punches him. What a friggin' teacher's pet, man. It appears the orange ring also somehow survived, and out from inside it comes Orange Lantern member Glomulus, exclaimed to be a orange construct as well. A colorful ambush then takes place with all hell breaking loose. Saint Walker is told his Blue Lantern Corps is a mistake to be rectified by Ganthet. Bleeze and Kilo are stopped first. Kyle is next, hardly putting up a fight himself. And when Monk thinks about leaving everyone behind, Fatality halts him, only for both of them to then get their asses kicked. As the Guardians go on to gloat, little shits claim they have no feelings, but I'm definitely feeling hubris here. Anyhow, another surprise guest, Agent Orange, the leader of the Orange Lantern Corps, Larfleeze, joins the party, riding in on former Guardian of the Universe, Saeed. I mean, he's like riding on top. I mean, he's using her like a surfboard. Let's just move on. Issue number 4 opens on the Guardians of the Universe not surprised but more pissed that Larfleeze has invaded the Citadel of Oa with Saeed, and those two being together goes back to the Blackest Night story. Also, I thought the planet had very special defense systems. How did old Larfy break them, or all the other Corps members in the previous issue? I don't know, and I don't care. As some fighting begins, Larfleeze says his Orange Lantern members are just constructs from his ring, which is partly true. Then he claims that he stole the other corpses' rings. While the other respective members recover with Kyle trying to take the helm, we also see that Saeed isn't fully under Larfleeze's thrall. Ganthet then tries to sway Raynor to the Guardian's side, seemingly saying all the right things, discrediting the other Lantern Corpses, you know, you're the special one, blah blah blah. But Kyle sees right through the BS, responding with one hell of a blast, and when Fatality comments on what they just did, screwing with the universe's authority figures. Kyle tells Monk to get them out of there, which he does, sending the group to the planet Okara, a place that Fatata, Fatality, and other aliens like Starfire have visited to train for war. The forced retreat causes issues among the group, with Bleez and Arkilo lashing out at Monk and Saint Walker, but because a blue ring has certain healing abilities, Arkilo is locked onto, with a vision of Sinestro being seen, thanking him for his loyalty, and his tongue is then restored. Are these two heading for a Fox and the Hound type of friendship? Actually, if they knew what happened in that book, they wouldn't want that at all. Bleez has to take off to her Red Lantern series as Larfleeze shows that he lives on Okara, and Saeed explains that the real ring thief is located somewhere in a gigantic artificial-like solar system from another dimension that emerged from a black hole recently turned white. Alright, stop snickering. Issue number 5 finally gave us what we wanted, the so-called New Guardians teaming up, and their first bit of business is investigating the mysterious solar system surrounded by spaceships of other curious groups, but no life forms are detected, so upon closer approach to their target, we get a beyond questionable art choice on the 4th panel down. Jokes aside, why was this site landed on instead of her face? Anyway, Kyle pairs everyone up, with Arkilo being a total wiener over everything, and our de facto leader realizing Glomulus ain't the most loquacious type. Bleez is briefly seen on the Red Lantern homeworld Yesmalt, where Corpse leader Atrocitus forces her into the Blood Ocean, which was seen more in the Red Lanterns issue number 3, due to sending her out personally to find who stole the Red Ring. Larfleeze is seen next to be up to no good, seeming to have much knowledge on where the New Guardians are heading, with Saeed calling it the Orrery, which literally means a mechanical model of a solar system. The pairs run into varying situations, from fights with Fatality and Monk to weird seduction attempts with Arkilo and Saint Walker, all wrapped together in the unknown factor of how these many aliens dwell in the Orrery planets. The only hint we get is talk of an Archangel, because, you know, they have those in outer space now too. Kyle and Glommy are at somewhere called the Galactic Core, and once inside, the residents run in fear of them, so Raynor stops a creepy green priest-looking type, asking for any information, only to quickly find out that Larfleeze is an ancient enemy to the place, along with its leader, Archangel Invictus, first seen rising from the Orrery sun. Uh-oh. Issue number 6 is pretty straightforward. With Invictus's return, all the spaceships in the Orrery blow up, and the Creepo Priest announcing he will smite the wicked. So Kyle tries to warn the others by connecting to their rings for communication, which usually isn't possible until now, when he really focuses and is able to relay a message they all receive at the same time. Again with Fatality in panel 4 here. Are her breasts talking this time? Yikes. She and Monk get attacked by Invictus first, and they don't stand a chance, so Monk has to teleport them away to Arkilo and Saint Walker's location, but Invictus ain't far behind, being able to teleport through his statues, kicking off a fight with Arkilo, who does actually okay, requiring Invictus to let out a huge energy blast from his chest to stop him. Raynor has found the group and drops the friggin' Titanic on Invictus, which only pisses him off more, erupting to knock everyone down. I mean, all of them fighting together and actually using their powers as one just once would have been nice. Anywho, Saint Walker tries to do a blue ring healing episode on Invictus, except there is way more to him, which we'll find out more about soon. For now, Bleez has tracked Kyle's ring with hers, which shouldn't work at all, and I thought she was busy in Red Lantern Vol.1 causing a power struggle. Oh boy. Issue number 7 gives us the rundown on Invictus's background as he forces the memories on Saint Walker through mental flashbacks involving a group of other archangels that guarded the Vega star system, which in DC contains dozens of planets and a lot of life forms like popular character Starfire's Tamaran and others such as Euphorix and Maltus. In reality, it's the brightest star in the northern constellation Lyra. Eons ago, Larfleeze began a battle with the Archangels and was actually able to slay one, which explains how the Orange Lantern Corps expands its ranks. Larfleeze steals the souls of those he kills, enslaving them in his ring. However, the Archangels escaped this fate no matter how many were defeated by what they dubbed the Beast. Invictus was the final survivor, but he ended up losing his wings before being cast into the White Hole. The entire story has reduced Saint Walker to tears while the others start to regain themselves, leading into Invictus saying he stole no rings, so they all speak more, finding out Larfleeze wanted Invictus to be killed, which he is seen unraveling over to Saeed because it hasn't gone down like he planned. Bleeze quickly makes her presence known, blazing in for an attack, pushing Invictus into thinking that Kyle and all the others were setting him up with a stall tactic, so he goes on to beat the shit out of them, overcoming whatever they try until Raynor tries to talk it out again, this time having a good enough point to keep them all alive, but an ultimatum is given. They must kill Larfleeze. Alright. The plot for the whole thing was definitely a unique addition to the whole New 52, and after the new corpses were created, surely was requested to happen. I'm sure a lot of hours went into how all the different corps members were to be brought together, and it actually happened in layers with the whole rundown taking multiple volumes to be seen. The mystery aspect when they all check out the orrery and Invictus is rising to be their first foe got intriguing, and this became the beginning of a great arc for Kyle Rayner, who I really feel held all the Green Lantern family books together. We did get bits of background on some of the other main characters, such as Fatality and Monk mentioning dark, violent pasts. Larfleeze is millions of years old, possibly longer. Arquilo didn't lose his Yellow Lantern ring though, even though Sinestro shut down the Corps' central battery in an earlier issue of Green Lantern, so I don't know what happened there. Let's talk a bit about the dialogue next. Honestly, everyone's speech matches up well with their persona, which a lot of the time is tough to do. Kyle comes off charming and relatable while being funny without even trying. Saint Walker and Larfleeze really fit as the leaders for Hope and Greed. Arquilo and Fatality make themselves more heard as the issues build, becoming more than just muscle. Invictus though. There's only one issue where he speaks beyond a sentence at a time, and even still, it's just another great addition. The art, on the other hand, is tremendous. All the characters are designed well, the settings from the city to the stars and everything in between look good. I think it goes without saying that the color schemes are displayed excellently here. Eye-catching use of all their rings with the vivid energy and the light displayed. It's swift, it shimmers, and it's quite stunning. I really try to keep my videos under 20 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up here, and I want to thank anyone who has watched until the end, and to please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow me on all my social media platforms, and to please join me next time for Batman and Robin Volume 1.